Hey everybody, my name is Day and welcome back to my channel. If you are a returning subscriber, then you have obviously seen my last video. And if you are new to my channel, then you should definitely go check out my other videos. They are sure to give you a laugh or just maybe they're informative. I don't know, go check it out. But I recently got my wisdom teeth taken out. Today I just figured there are some things that, you might want to know before going into a major surgery like this. I am definitely the type of person who, when they're nervous or feel like they don't know what to expect about something, they Google it. And so a lot of the videos that I watched didn't necessarily prepare me. So let's get into it. When I was 7 years old, I got braces, and I had braces then for 8 years. My teeth were so bad. I will probably put like a little picture. It was just bad. Like, I'm not even gonna go into it. From a very young age, I was always having people prod around with tools and, sticking their hands in my mouth and like pushing on stuff and like having a sore mouth because of all that. God, this sounds so sexual. Moving on. I did not like the dentist. I hated it. I hated having people work on my mouth. And I've always been that way. My dad used to have to like force me to go because I would not go. It's like Garfield, that Garfield clip where he's like, are we going to, Chuck E. Cheese? And then they take him to the vet. That was me, but with the dentist's office. I think it was 2 years ago I went and I was having a lot of pain right here. I went to the dentist for a regular cleaning and I mentioned it. I was like, yeah, I'm having some pain in my jaw and like a clicking noise. And so they did x-rays and they were like, oh yeah, come to find out you have all 4 wisdom teeth. Lucky gal. I got a referral and they told me to go to the orthodontic surgeon. I did not listen. That referral went straight into a box somewhere in my house, and then I moved to college. So I was just like, whatever, like it's probably not that pressing. It was. Flash forward to last year sometime. I don't really know what time frame exactly, but my jaw had just started hurting and like my gums, they would swell up back where the wisdom teeth were. It was very uncomfortable, and then it started hurting more and more on the top. I obviously don't live with my dad and like up by my oral surgeon, so I was constantly like, all right, we need to figure out a day. It's probably gonna have to be over the summer. I think I tried for last winter break and I couldn't get in time. And then I tried again for spring break and I couldn't get in again. And so then over the summer we were like, all right, we need to get this done because I had braces for 8 years and my teeth have been through so much, not only like with the braces themselves, like I had a palate expander, chains, rubber bands, everything you could think of I had, but also my parents had poured so much money into my teeth looking nice. So my wisdom teeth had actually started to push on my other teeth and like push them out of alignment, and it was just turning into a whole mess. So we were like trying to get this done as quickly as we could. And I get an appointment. It's the end of summer. It's like, I think it was the day after my last day of work and my last day of my summer class. I feel like since I scheduled it so like back to back, I was kept busy so I couldn't worry about it as much. Finally, like when the day came that I was done, it was like, oh, I'm going to bed tonight and then I'm gonna wake up tomorrow morning with 4 less teeth. Okay. And so I didn't really have time to freak out about it, but internally, whenever I would think about it, I would my stomach would drop and I would just get so nervous. The night before, I basically couldn't sleep at all. I was so freaking scared. I wake up, they take me, my dad drove me to the dentist's office and we walk in and the lady is like, oh, okay, so first of all, this is what I wanted to bring up that they don't tell you about. And I almost forgot. So your dentist will prescribe you like all these different things when you go in to get your consultation, and that's where they like look at your teeth and like tell you what's going on and stuff. They will give you prescriptions and just like read what they say on those prescriptions. My oral surgeon prescribed me a rinse that I had to start like 5 days before my procedure. I found out later that that rinse that I was taking sped up the saliva production in my mouth. And so after the surgery, I was like drooling. And I had no idea that that's the reason why. So honestly, like, read what they give you, which sounds so dumb. Like, I can't believe I didn't do that, but still. I went to the consultation appointment first, and I wasn't really nervous about the consultation because I knew they weren't really gonna do anything to my mouth, but except just look at it. My oral surgeon came in and he told me that I had all 4 wisdom teeth and that it was gonna be a routine surgery. And so like he asked me if I was squeamish around needles, and I said I wasn't. I have donated blood in the past and it just like doesn't freak me out, but I do have very small veins like my mom. And so I told him that, and he was like, oh, okay, we're gonna give you this cream that like you rub on your skin. You rub here, 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 and there, and it will like numb that area. They gave me all these other prescriptions. Was on my merry way. The day of the procedure comes, I slept like shit the night before. I wake up and my dad drives me to the oral surgeon's office. I was very stressed, not gonna lie. So I get there and like it's all hitting me and I get really nervous and I'm like, okay, I have to run to the bathroom. Like, looked in the mirror, got in there, and I was like holding the sides of the sink, you know, and I was just like staring at myself dead in the mirror. And I was like, get your shit together. Like, you cannot freak out right now. Everybody does this. Like, everybody gets their wisdom teeth taken out. It's fine. You're gonna be fine. Because in my head, I had chosen, so when they asked me what kind of anesthesia I wanted, I had chosen the general anesthesia. And in my brain, I just assumed that that was like the anesthesia that they use in Grey's Anatomy, where it's like they've got the breathing tube in your mouth. And that makes no sense because they had to like dig around in my mouth to get my teeth out. So I just don't understand my logic. But I was very scared that I was gonna die and that I wasn't gonna wake up. Anyways, so I'm like giving myself this pep talk in the bathroom and I'm like, whatever. I compose myself. I go out and I'm sitting there with my dad and my little brother and I'm like, all right, you know, leg is shaking. And I'm like, all right, we're gonna do this. It's fine, everything's gonna be fine. And there's like another parent waiting in there for their kid too. So I'm like, whatever, like they've got a schedule to keep, you know, like they will get me in and out. It's okay. I think like 10 minutes maybe had passed and a lady comes back and she calls my name and I was like, okay, here we go. And so I walk back. Well, they bring me to this room. They lay me down. At first it was just like two or three ladies that were in there. And they were just like doing all these things to make sure all of the equipment worked and like prepping me. And they're just like gathering stuff and they're just chatting with me. I think they asked me about my tattoos. I honestly have a hard time remembering because it all happened so fast. And so they're like doing all this stuff. And I was just kind of like focusing and being like, all right, keep it together. Don't cry. Do not freak out. And so then one of the ladies puts a heart monitor register thing on me. And my heart rate was like sky high. They were like, you a little nervous? I was like, I'm a lot of nervous. And they were like, no, it's okay. Everybody's usually pretty nervous. That's totally normal. And so then the lady was like, all right, do you want a blanket? They offered me this like really soft, fuzzy blanket. They lay me back and then they put the oxygen in my nose. And I was like freaking out because in other videos I had seen that they put anesthesia or like laughing gas with the oxygen. So I was like, is this gonna make me loopy? And they were like, no, like this is just oxygen, you're fine. So I'm like, okay. And they were like, yeah, just try and breathe with it. Like it'll just help like calm you down a little bit. And I was like, okay. And my heart rate started to go down. And then my oral surgeon came in and my heart rate spiked again. And they were like, all right, you need to like relax, whatever. And so then he's talking to me and he's like, all right, how you doing, Dalen? I'm like, I'm good, how are you? And he's like, you ready to do this IV? I was like, yeah, let's go. And at first, I think they were checking this arm. They were checking that, and then they were like, no, your vein's too small. They checked the other one, too small there. And they ended up doing one in my hand, and it was just funny because that was the one hand that I didn't have numbing solution on because they only gave me 3 Band-Aids to cover the areas. And so I was like, they won't use my right hand. They ended up using it, and I was fine. Like, it didn't bother me, but he put the IV in. He's like, all right, now I'm gonna give you the anesthesia and you're gonna go to your happy place. And I was like, okay. And so he literally, like, I see his thumb, like, pushing the liquid, like, into my IV. And I remember, like, looking over up at the lady who was above me, because I'm laying down like this. So she's, like, right up here, and she's talking to me about, like, sunflowers or something, because I have a sunflower tattoo. And then blackout, nothing. Like, I remember just nothing. And it felt like 2 seconds went by, and then I was awake. It was like sitting there, you're done. And I was like, wait, what? And so they woke me up, and personally, I felt like I was pretty, I don't know, coherent of my surroundings. I didn't think I was that bad. I was kind of bad in the car just because my dad kept, like, saying really sarcastic things to me. But with the nurse, like, I woke up and I was like, all right, oh, you guys are done already? Okay, whatever, you know, and, like, very talkative. And I was really nervous mainly about the aftermath, because you see a lot of people who cry when they get their wisdom teeth taken out, or who are just, like, insanely crazy. Like, I don't even know what they're on. But so I'm pretty sure the reason why I wasn't so crazy was because I didn't have laughing gas. I honestly don't even think they do laughing gas anymore, which I think is a good thing. I was just kind of out of it because of the anesthesia, and I had been asleep, whatever. And then after that, you can go watch my reaction video on the car ride home. But once I got home, I remember just being very sleepy, because they do it early in the morning. And so I went inside and slept on and off for 2 hours, woke up, 2 hours, wake up. And I just remember being so hungry, like literally the most hungry I have ever been in my entire life. And my dad, he was, bless his heart, he was making me like Jello and soup and SpaghettiOs and ramen and all this stuff. But I still felt very out of it that whole rest of the day. And then even the next day, like, I just felt really, like, spacey and, like, I don't know, like, I couldn't really form sentences and make sense of things. My boyfriend came and visited me, and I didn't even think I was that bad personally at the time. I was like, I'm fine, whatever. But then I see videos that he took of me when I was with him, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I was still very loopy. I had no idea. But yeah, it was just an experience. And, like, the gum holes afterwards, I didn't feel a lot of pain because I was so numb. I woke up and I was numb for like 2 days, and I was concerned that they had clipped a nerve, because, or like something had gone wrong with that one, because that was like my problem one and it had started hurting first. So I was like, something went wrong. My nose and my mouth, like up here, all right there, was numb, and I was like, I'm just gonna be numb for the rest of my life, I guess. The numbness eventually did wear off though, and I woke up from one of my naps that day in a lot of pain. I remember like almost crying, and my dad like hurried up and gave me pain medicine. Honestly, the pain medicine that they gave me, I didn't think did anything personally, and I didn't really want to take it because I heard that it was like, it's very addictive and it gives you constipation apparently. So I was like, no, not trying to do that. So I took, I think, 1 or 2 of the pain meds that they gave me, but then I just ended up using Tylenol, and that worked wonders. I was fine. I would say after like 5 or 6 days, it started healing, and I could like chew on one side but not the other. And I was just very concerned about having a dry socket, but I didn't, which was good. But yeah, it healed up. I would say after like 12 days, I could chew on both sides. And the stitches, they were nasty. They fell out, and like, oh, they smelled so bad, and they tasted so bad, and it was just so annoying having something in my mouth, because I could like move my tongue like that, and I could feel it, and I was like, what? Why is this nasty string in my gum? It was so gross. But when it fell out, it didn't hurt at all. Gums healed, whatever. Went to Texas, they were still healing, came back and moved down to college, and they were done, you know, like, I thought everything was fine. One night I like went to bed and must have forgotten to brush my teeth, because I woke up the next day and this one was swollen all over again. So I called my dentist and they sent down antibiotics because they thought that that one was infected. That was the only problem that I had with that. The swelling after I got my wisdom teeth taken out was really funny. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was, but it did swell and I did look a little bit like a chipmunk. I bruised a lot though. I had bruises like all right here and there. I'm gonna say like 14 days, 2 weeks after the surgery, everything was fine though. I'm still not eating super crunchy foods now because I don't know. I'm just nervous, I guess. But that was the story of me getting my wisdom teeth out. If you're getting your wisdom teeth out and you're watching this video, I promise you, you have nothing to worry about. I was so scared. Like, to say I was nervous is an understatement because I hate the dentist. It scared the crap out of me, quite literally. And I was just dreading it. But going in, it was easier to me than getting a cavity filled because they put me out and I didn't have to deal with anything. Like, I just went to sleep, woke up, and left. So if you're getting your wisdom teeth out, don't stress. You will be okay. I promise you will heal. Everything will be fine as long as you follow all of your dentist and oral surgeon's directions. You'll be okay. But yeah, so if you are new to my channel and you like what you see, then you should like this video and comment and subscribe and do all that fun stuff. If you're already subscribed, then you should definitely hit the little notification bell if you want to know when I upload because I don't have any schedule. Thank you so much for watching. I love you so, so much. Have a great day, night, whatever, wherever you are. All right, see you in my next one. Bye, guys.